What is up, guys? Welcome to our first episode of Drake and Mortis Postmortem.
Oh yeah, what's up?
So today a little bit about this channel is this is going to be a completely unedited channel, so all the videos are unedited and we just go over and debunk our own videos and explain what happened in more detail.
Yeah, think of it sort of like a podcast, I guess. Sort of
Pretty
thing.
much. So obviously the first one is the haunted bridge in Moore, Oklahoma. Our first episode. So we're gonna just kind of react to the video, and then we'll pause to give feedback on certain portions. So here we go.
Okay.
The Forgotten Crybaby Bridge of Moore, Oklahoma.
Rumored for an unknown number of years to be haunted.
For those of you that don't know what a crybaby bridge is, it is an old urban legend of a tragic accident that supposedly had happened to a specific bridge involving a woman and her baby. This could be from a woman drowning her baby to them driving into a ditch and killing themselves.
These stories have long been associated with the Hispanic legend of La Llorona.
So much information is not known about this bridge that we literally had to track down on Google Maps and find it on our own. Okay, so what we have here is the Crybaby Bridge. It's a lot of information. Mason, do you want to explain what a Crybaby Bridge is in detail?
So, in detail, a crybaby bridge is a bridge which had a horrible accident occur. I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be, from a car wreck or anything. It could be anything from a drowning to, yes, a car crash, as I said. But it can be really many different accidents, and that energy sort of gets stuck at that bridge, and the bridge becomes paranormally active, which then gives it the name Crybaby Bridge.
Yep. And this specific one, we have literally kind of had no information to go about. Plus, this was a last-minute haunted little ghost hunt because we were going to actually ghost hunt at a different location, Kendall's Restaurant in Oklahoma. And
it was closed.
Yeah, it was closed that day, and we went all over the place. And I was searching on Google while Mason was driving for haunted places, and I looked up Crybaby Bridges because I was curious. I found the most suspicious-looking website ever and managed to find a tiny bit of information about it, and that is kind of it.
We tracked it down and investigated it.
And there's connections between another kind of urban legend / ghost story stuff in Oklahoma and Moore, Oklahoma about the Kitchen Lake Witch. And there's a bit of connection there, which we don't find out until really the second or third episode.
Yeah. We sort of, there were sort of, a little bit of negative energy on our first investigation, but none conclusive to say that
it was
this is the witch or a demon or anything.
Yeah, we just got some. Yeah. And the information we had for the first day about this is all we had to go by is that a woman was supposedly driving down this road somehow at night, I think, and I can't remember if it was raining or not.
She was drunk with her toddler in the back.
Something like that, and then she crashed into the ditch, which killed both of them.
Yeah, and the car wasn't found until, I think it said 3 days after the accident.
Yeah.
They were just laying in the ditch for that long.
Something like that. And so it was just weird seeing what we found, and we'll explain that in a second.
All that is known is that a woman crashed her car with her son in the back, killing them both. After the first investigation, it was still unclear whether the bridge was haunted or not.
So we went back 5 more times. These videos will be split into 6 parts, each one covering one specific day. Here we go. Alright, we are at the Crybaby Bridge in Moore,
Oklahoma. It's a lot more fucked up than I fucking thought.
Apologies
So what
for the
happened,
cussing, I was scared.
supposedly was a
We
woman
both were.
Yeah.
and her child was driving here at night, like her toddler. Came off these tracks somehow and crashed into one of these trees.
Something like that. Okay,
Died.
let me see if I can get a good angle. So, yeah,
Somehow.
let me see if I can go back a little bit, because where I just said that,
Toddler.
as she drove there's stories that she either drove onto the bridge and like crashed through the bridge somehow, which is really confusing because there is bending on the metal frame of the bridge, but it doesn't seem like a car could go through that. And the other one is through this ditch.
Yeah, it didn't really. I mean, the bridge was, almost fully intact. Besides, the wear and tear of the century.
Yeah, it's interesting for not to say.
It is. It really
Died.
is.
It was deemed a myth, but we're not exactly sure at this point.
Yeah, because if you look at the bridge here, it is really, really intact. It's weird. Like,
Yeah,
there's
you
no,
can walk across it and everything. Yeah.
yeah, there's no spot where a car would fall off on the bridge. So I think this actually, you know what, this right here. Can you see my cursor, Mason?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
So right here, where this metal frame is bent, I think maybe the car came from the right into the ditch, but maybe hit this metal frame
That's what I think. Or
and then like fell down.
possibly it hit it. It like sideswiped it and then fishtailed
Yeah.
coming off the bridge and then fell into the. I don't know. Yeah, it was very confusing.
Yeah.
Because the bridge is here, there's car parts everywhere,
Oh yeah, that's
and there's a
the
fucking dead.
that's the other part is it doesn't correlate actually to the myth whatsoever, because these car parts that we found are not anywhere near old enough to be when the accident occurred.
Yeah.
But it's just weird, the coincidence that there is just a crap ton of car pieces in there. I mean, there was like
Yeah.
whole half a truck or something, a truck bed.
Yes. Yes. We found half a truck perfectly cut into like just this weird section underneath
Yeah.
the bridge. It just turned into a place where people threw a crap load of garbage.
Yeah, I think the truck bed piece is still there, because I'm pretty sure last time we were there looking for the goat skull, which
Yeah,
we had
and then
been
that
doing.
old ass TV that was on the bottom as
Oh,
well.
there was two TVs, yeah, and we pulled them
Yeah.
both out of the water. So for those, obviously you guys don't really know, but we went back over the summer because we wanted to dig up the goat skeleton and recover the remains of it. We were able to recover pretty much all
see that
of the
in just a
goat.
minute.
Yeah, we were pretty much able to recover everything but the damn skull. It's still there. It may not even be there. Like, it could have been taken. We have no
I
idea.
think it's just a lot deeper.
Yeah.
Because, think of how long we waited and how much sediment probably built up over it.
Yeah, with TVs being thrown down, it's crazy.
Dead
Yeah.
goat down there.
So, yeah.
The most terrifying part of this is there was
Yeah, right here
a
is...
dead goat.
So this is the goat. Yeah, very disturbing. But, it looks like it may have been, like, hurt by an animal or it fell down. We don't know exactly what happened to it, but there's this big, like, slash in its neck and, like, bits of fur missing and stuff.
Yeah. It was really weird, though.
Yeah, the fact that there's a black goat, a dead goat omen type of thing on our first visit is really, really disturbing. And also, like, we don't explain this in future episodes, but this place seems to just attract a lot of death. Because the past times we've gone there, like when we went for the goat skeleton, I found, 3 coyote corpses, and then a rabbit skull.
Plus another dead dog.
Yeah, there was like either a stray dog or a pet dog that was hit and run, like a hit and run road kill on the side of the road. It was a bit out. It was like a few hundred feet out. From the
it was
bridge.
still in the same area, yeah.
Still in the same area. It's just weird. Which fun
Whole
fact,
area is
I
just
have the skulls of all the
dude.
coyotes and the rabbit skull actually, and I have the bones of the goat, just not that damn skull.
Yeah, yeah. The whole area just is sort of just attracts death. It's bad.
It's creepy.
Down in the ditch in the water, which is not a good sign when you first arrive in a haunted haunted location.
Let me see if there's
Here's the thing. The first thing I saw when I came down here. Let me try and find it. The soul of
This is the other weird part.
a small infant shoe.
So that obviously it correlates to it, but it doesn't, because there's no way that soul of a shoe
Yeah.
is gonna be there for almost 50 years or something, however old.
And yeah, this scene is also a good, like, example of what we mean when we say people just sort of come here and throw a bunch of their garbage away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it literally is just an area full of decay and death.
Yeah, it
From
not to mention the
memories
smell.
to animals to, I mean, it's a horrible place.
Yeah,
it really is.
And just the omens, like the dead animals, and then now like stuff that correlates. Like, it's weird because we didn't find any big adult shoes. It was baby stuff, and it's just like, why specifically that?
A small infant shoe. I want to get over on that side.
Did you see that?
See what?
As we
Ah,
were
here we
under
go.
the bridge, I clearly saw an invisible force step on a twig,
This?
and it broke right next to Liam.
Okay, so
That
thought that
was
was me.
really weird.
I like
5 minutes.
the
Trying
swastika.
to figure out because there was a bunch of like branches and stuff I could have stepped on.
Okay, so what I'm saying here is I was trying to debunk it as much as I could because I didn't see it happen. I didn't hear it, but both Mason and Cade saw something like a twig
Yeah.
being stepped on.
Still to this day, I don't even.
It was really weird. It was like I could clearly see Liam walking underneath the bridge, and then like right behind him, I saw a twig like break in half and go flying in a couple directions, and I was like, okay, that. I cannot explain that myself.
Yeah, all right.
Because this was a
That's-
long wire over here that I picked up and moved.
Okay,
I
yeah,
did it.
and then
I got
this
it.
is the area, I don't know why I tried exactly. Oh yeah, because there was this little sewer hole, and I was like, hey, maybe there might be something
Yeah,
creepy in there.
stormwater, great.
Yeah, but there's this area right here, and then over the water you have to do a little climbing to get in. And it is, I don't know why, but the energy in this area, because you're alone and just like that hole, it is freaky. Like, I don't know
Yeah, it
how
is
to explain
really
it.
scary. Yeah,
Just being in this spot is one of the worst spots to be on the bridge because there's like not a quick route to safety, and it's like you're just trapped.
Okay.
yeah.
What?
I don't think you can hear
I
it
did
on
it.
the
I got
audio,
it.
but Mason and Cade
Okay.
both heard like some laughter.
What?
Yeah, it was really weird.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
What?
you can't hear it.
Like an actual laugh.
Like,
And I both heard
make it. Make the sound it made.
Yeah,
lower pitch.
it sounded like a child's laughter. It was really weird, and I mean, it could have been the wind bending some trees or some. I don't know, but it was really weird, and it sounded exactly like a child's laughter.
Yeah, and that's
I can't explain that for sure.
that's weird. It's another omen, like kind of sign that is just like, hey, hold on, this place may not
Yeah.
be normal.
I didn't hear that. It could
Exactly.
have been my breathing.
It's not, dude. It was over here.
Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely not your breathing.
Yeah. Here's when we start the spirit box session.
It just said baby.
Clearest answers
It
ever.
just said
Yeah, this was
baby.
crazy.
Like, as soon as I opened the spirit box.
Is that all the way up?
Yeah.
Is there something there?
Bro, it just whispered in a male voice, baby. Go.
That was a definite go away. This is where we started to find,
Oh, yeah.
figure out something is a little malicious here. There's something else
Yeah.
here too.
Not good.
You want us to go away?
That was the most clear
That
thing.
was-
Oh my god, it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that
And, dude,
was
and-
so clear. That was the clearest thing I think we've gotten with the spirit box.
Yeah, and oh my god, poor Cade, dude. He was terrified. This was his first ghost hunting experience
Yeah.
before. He's sitting right here. But oh my god, this was his first like actual like ghost hunting experience outside of like maybe his house, and
It was terrifying.
it was terrifying for all of us. So we weren't sure we were gonna go back. I mean, the courage it took
Yeah,
to just go
yeah.
back. Oh my god. And this was what? Before it even got dark. I mean, this is before...
Yeah. This was still... It was... I don't even think we were... I think we chickened out before it even got dark.
No, I think Kid had to go home early, but yeah. No, and then we got the photo.
You're right.
And then we got the photo, which we'll explain in a second. Yeah, this is where we're both, all of us are getting really tense already, and like we're like our energy isn't like helping each other out anymore. It's to a point where
we're just kind of panicking right now.
Are you here?
We're realizing, this could be big for us. This is we can finally do something with this channel, because we've tried to do some videos and stuff before this, and we haven't figured out the method, and then we finally did this, and it like it shakes us.
Yeah.
This is like, okay, this could be big for us, but we're scared.
I don't think we've gotten Spirit Box responses as clear as this until we went to the prison in Cimarron.
Yeah, stuff like that is crazy.
And that was in Spanish, which was crazy.
That was crazy.
Down here?
Yeah, okay, so you can see like the erosion and stuff. There's definitely been cars that dumped here, and this is probably the line of path where people throw their garbage and it rolls down the hill, because it is steep. I think I think the first day I actually cut myself on a tree.
You did.
I fell down.
Tripped on like a root or something. And
I think I just slipped. I slipped and hit my ass on the floor.
Woman.
That was also crazy.
Yeah,
that was the first time we got something that like corroborated with the story we found on the internet.
Which is crazy, because like we really like 100% swear on everything. We knew very tiny about this place. No one else knew much of anything. There was little stories. Like this place was called Spooky Bridge. That's what
exactly.
We'll explain that later too. But it's like, it's really weird, and it's really cool that we were able to, like, make the story ourselves and figure this shit out for ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
It's something that a lot of ghost hunters aren't able to do because of the time we're in now and how many things have been discovered.
How investigated the whole world is.
Yeah. So, a place like this, it's really cool to see.
Yeah, a fresh place. Pretty much no one's investigated.
Yeah, like no one's really I mean, there's been like you can find a little bit on YouTube. It's really hard.
There's one actual other ghost investigation you can find on YouTube.
Yeah, and then the other, but it's like the ghost investigation is more of just showing there's ghosts here and not getting to the bottom of why. And that's kind of what we started with here was, okay, is this place haunted? And then maybe can we get a little bit and correlate, or is it just going to be confusing like a lot of places have been for us?
Yeah. Can we learn the full story of this location?
And it ended up being crazy.
Exactly.
No.
Okay, this, I forgot about that day.
Yeah, me too.
This happens a lot. Not in just this episode, but in all of them. There's just so many
all
knocks.
of them, just knocks and footsteps and everything. It's just all over the place.
Weird. It's so weird.
It is. It's so weird.
I didn't throw anything.
And then that was us. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yes. I can't explain
footsteps over there.
Yeah, you hear that too.
Is that you walking? Can you walk more?
This is where we like decide we probably need to
I
leave.
just heard a voice.
Yeah.
A super low male voice. Towards the end of the investigation, we began hearing a lot of footsteps.
It's always like towards the end of our investigations, or like when we're starting to really get evidence, it's when the activity picks up. Because
for sure.
The more I think about it, it's like the majority of the times we've left have been footsteps related, especially the last time being chased out. But like the more I think about it, it cannot be animals. Because it sounds bipedal. I mean, if you listen to the footstep pattern.
No, they were undeniably bipedal footsteps.
But even if somehow they were animals, it doesn't make sense because of behavioral patterns. because the footsteps started happening at this time of day when it's bright out, but like in our later investigations, it happens when it's like pitch black and super late out. So
yeah,
like,
the times don't match up for animals.
It's not a reoccurring pattern. This is like its own doing. It's deciding and thinking for itself.
Exactly. And then with the picture we capture, that sort of just backs it up.
And these weren't like animal footsteps. These were bipedal footsteps.
I mean, that's bipedal, 2 legs.
So 2 legs. And that freaked us out because there was nothing there. And we kind of rushed back to the car. I went up and...
Okay, so this is where we started to get scared. We hear a lot of footsteps. We're getting tense, and we're in the middle of jack shit nowhere. And
on a sus-ass road.
Yeah, it's super suspicious. And we're in Oklahoma, so there's a lot of very sketchy people that can, if we end up on the wrong property by accident, they could shoot us because we're in Oklahoma. So there's that too that we're scared of, and we don't know what to do. And Mason starts seeing some things, and then I think I saw something beforehand.
Yeah, we all just start seeing things.
And for Mason, this isn't nearly as weird, but for me, I've never seen stuff to an extent like this. So I'm both panicking, freaking out, my anxiety's skyrocketing, and then I want to go figure this out because I want this to I want Draco Mortis to finally happen, and it did, which is awesome.
And ended up chasing after whatever footsteps I was hearing, and this is the bravest thing I've probably ever done.
Seriously, before we did this, our first episodes were actually before we had a channel name. We were going to investigate the most haunted hotel in Oklahoma, which is the Stone Lion Inn in Guthrie. And there will
happen in the future again.
It will happen. It will happen. We will definitely do that. Part of the reason we ended up quitting it is because I lost some of the footage. I think that was just a fault on my mistake by accidentally deleting some. And it was some of our detrimental evidence. But there was one part, the second night we were there, we stayed 2 nights, where we heard footsteps from the 3rd floor. And the 3rd floor is locked off to the public. Only we have the key. It's only us in the building. The owner lives in the place, but she's asleep, and we hear that
footsteps had multiple.
It was
people.
running. It was
multiple
children.
People running.
And so we rushed up there, and when I went up there, there's this clothing. There's no AC. The AC's broken. Everything is broken up there. It's just completely locked off. It's a mess. There's a clothing rack, and as soon as I get up there, I see the clothing moving. There's scarves and coats or whatever. They're slowly dangling, something disturbed them, but it's literally scientifically not possible for
exactly there was no working AC up there.
There was nothing. The windows are shut.
It was all pretty much original from when the house was originally built.
And it was built in the 1800s too, late 1800s,
1895 or something
like that. But I was so terrified, I needed to go downstairs and get a hoodie or something because that makes me feel safe. But
and you remember, we also captured that photo of that orb moving in that weird downward motion. Next to the clothes rack that was moving.
So that freaked me out, but compared to that was probably just as scary. But when I did this, I don't know what got into me, some pure adrenaline or something, fight or flight, and
this was crazy.
I went for a fight and I took that picture, and I am so glad I took that because
my god, that was the craziest evidence.
When it comes to ghost hunting, I saw something out of the corner of my eye, and I ended up taking it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this little editing trick I did.
Probably ever done when it comes to ghost hunting. I saw something.
Yeah, the little
thing out of the
tiny little frame of the thing. This is kind of I tried to imitate kind of what I saw. So I'll show you, I'll show the picture in a second when it pops up. But imagine this is the dense forest area. I saw this whatever black figure. I don't know if I could make out a face or something, but there was something down there that was black, and I just saw it not peek from a tree I made this, but I just caught eye of it as I walked by, and then because the tree was there, as I passed the tree, it blocked the view, and I couldn't see anything anymore.
Corner of my eye, and I ended up taking a flash picture.
And so I rushed over, I took the picture,
Right after
I think and then Mason sees something.
Liam took the flash picture, I saw a shadow figure walking towards us. And that's when we decided it was time.
Yeah, so right after I took that
was
picture,
really scary. I've never seen a shadow figure that clear.
yeah, so you decided to. You should describe it.
That was really weird.
You haven't explained what you saw.
It was this black, just this solid black figure that had like the exact shape of a person. I couldn't in the moment make out any facial features or anything, but I could clearly see it walking towards us through the forest,
Yeah.
and it freaked us out, so we decided to head out.
Yeah, so
It was really weird.
and because Mason sees these things, I know like if he sees something and he's freaked out, then I need to be freaked out to the times 10 type of thing, because like
Yeah, I see these on like a
regular basis,
almost a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Someone
like,
who has like, I guess a little clairvoyant ability.
Mhm.
I see these things actually a lot more than I admit, and that was the creepiest thing I think I've ever seen.
yeah, and there's been a lot of instances because like it's interesting, and we make a really good duo, because we're just best friends, but because you're able to see the things, and then I'm somehow very emotionally tied to the spiritual
You're
plane.
very empathic.
Yeah, very empathic. So like when I can't see things, I can definitely sense them and feel them in a way, and it's interesting, but it makes for a really good duo when investigating stuff.
Yeah, I will never never forget our trip to New Orleans. Whenever like 4 different sidekicks were like, "Are you guys real? Or
Oh
are
my
you
God.
just very powerful?"
Yeah,
And I was like, "What?"
yeah, that was really cool. We had some psychic readings then when we were in New Orleans, and it was really interesting because they said we were a really good group and a really like powerful. I because I'm so quiet.
Yeah, they pretty much called us powerful, extremely powerful psychics.
Yeah,
Is
something like
essentially
that.
what
Just
they
like
called
we need
us.
to unlock our abilities more. But because I'm introverted and shit. When Mason and Kason and my mom were walking into a different psychic area, I walked in and then like I didn't say anything and I walked out, and then the guy asked my mom if I was real, which is really fucking funny because he sees things, but it's just,
Yeah.
and I think he said that I definitely have the psychic abilities just by looking at me and like thinking, okay, like questioning if I'm real for some reason. Like
Yeah.
it's either he's
That
not
guy
real, he's a
thought I was a
ghost.
ghost.
Yeah, and it's like holy crap. But yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah, that
until
was
we were
crazy.
driving home that
So this is the photo. If you watch the channel, our actual channel, then you know this. This is an unedited photo. I did not explain that, but this is completely like unedited, and
It's kind of hidden at the moment, but when we zoom in, it'll be a lot more
it's
clear.
still so clear to me. Like
Yeah.
looking at it,
You can easily tell where it is.
yeah, just like it's crazy.
I looked at the photo.
But when
and
you
realized
zoom
that
in, you can
the
see
pie-
facial features.
Yeah, it's disturbing as fuck.
Yeah, you can see the other arm as well as
the
the
arm
whole body.
here. You can see the leg like moving like a bent knee right here, and like the
Yeah.
torso. And there's this tree.
And then you
that
can see
splits
the
as two.
eyes and nose and mouth as well on the
It's
face.
I can't see
It's
the nose
scary.
and eyes really well, but I don't discredit that because we've tried so hard to figure this out. But it's fucked. So here, this is now edited, high contrast, and this just shows the shadow. Like here's the tree, and here's the tree behind it. This shadow is so much more prominent, and it should not be
And
because this is a literal tree.
We take the same photo later on, and that does not appear.
Yeah.
We cannot replicate that for the life of us.
Yeah, and then this is a black and white, which shows it even more because now the actual tree, you can tell. I don't know why I'm using my finger to point. You can't see my fucking finger.
Yeah.
But with the cursor, you can see the line of the trees. This tree is like a it extends out into two trees pretty much, and the
Yeah.
shadow figure is in front of it, but you can totally see this hand and this other arm, and this is like you can see its butt and then like its knee extend out as it's walking towards us. It's
Yeah.
It's so
It's
disturbing.
really weird. It's the scariest one I think I've
Now
seen.
remember, this is only part 1 out of multiple parts, so definitely make sure you stay tuned so you don't miss the next one, because they will get a lot crazier each time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that
Honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better premiere for our entire
for
channel.
our entire channel, and I am so thankful that it did well. I mean, like it wasn't the
Oh,
goal,
yeah.
but like it did do really well. And we got some great
276
feedback.
views. That's still, I think,
One of our best videos.
that's still our third most viewed
Tonight
video.
we investigate.
Oops, my bad. Yeah, something like that. Wow, our
Yeah, out of
provincials
8.
is doing good. Wow, I didn't know.
Our provincials continually just keeps going
Yeah.
up and up.
So
Our
that,
newest one has flatlined at 242, which still is not bad,
yeah,
honestly.
I think that's higher than what I thought it was last time. Oh, I didn't realize that was only
It-
2 months ago.
yeah.
So
Last time you and I saw it, it was 180 something.
something like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that is the first episode. That's our debunking of the first episode. They will definitely
and
get
sort of
more
just
and more fun.
analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you guys for watching. These are going to be completely unedited. So like for the people that can sit through this, definitely watch it. If you don't, I understand.
Yeah, they're all going to be really fun.
Yeah. I might end up making like maybe clips and doing a separate channel like to edit these in the future.
Yeah,
Depending
yeah.
on how well these are received. But yeah, that is it. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.